Well, thank you. And I just want to begin by reminding everybody, these were the president's campaign promises. And now I'm quoting President Biden when he was running for office. I guarantee you we're going to end fossil fuels. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill. Period. It ends. Number one. That's quotes from President Biden as a candidate. Now, on this issue, he's certainly kept his promise, and the administration continues its policies from day one to undermine American working families with higher energy prices and empower dictators abroad, and then going now to beg dictators abroad for more energy. Since the brutal invasion of Ukraine, the president's top White House economic advisor, Brian Dees, said, quote, the only path to energy independence is to reduce American fossil fuel use to zero. So that was a quote since the invasion. So let me give you two areas in which this administration is doing that. One is on our federal regulators that the administration is putting forward. The way to get the nod from this president is to make sure you, as a federal regulator, make a commitment to wage a holy war against American energy, even if it has nothing to do with the mandate in which you are being nominated for. Think about it. Comptroller of the Currency, federal nominee Raskin, SEC Chairman Gensler, the FERC, that put out new rules to make it harder to produce and transport natural gas. Literally the opposite of FERC's legitimate legislative mandate. But here's the second one I want to emphasize. And again, it goes to federal lands. On day one of the administration, day one, the acting Secretary of the Interior, Scott De La Vega, I have no idea who he is, never even heard of him, he put forward a memo saying 60 days, we're stopping everything. Read the memo. Read the memo. Everything in terms of oil and gas on federal lands. That was just about a year ago. Right after that, this is a really important memo. About a year ago, March 19th, 2021, the Assistant Secretary of Lands and Minerals in the Department of Interior, Laura Daniel Davis, she put out a memo saying, not on leases, but for what are called applications to drill. She said, and it's in here, every application to drill in America has to be approved by her. Every single one. The way it normally works with federal agencies, say in Alaska, you have what's called a field manager who might be in charge of the BLM area in the interior part of the state. Then you have a state director. Those people, those federal officials, normally can approve applications to drill. The detailed permits that are required to actually produce oil and gas on leases. This Assistant Secretary, so that's the way it works across the country. This Assistant Secretary said, every person at these lower levels in America, you now have to get approval from me. Completely consolidating it in Washington, D.C. on every single application to drill in the country. Okay? There's 4,600 of these still waiting to be approved. This memo still exists. She still has consolidated that power to make that decision everywhere in America. You might want to ask the White House about this, because this is exactly the kind of thing that is stalling the production of American energy. The president has said, I'm going to use every tool available to try to increase or decrease American energy prices. The president needs to rescind this memo right now. That's one tool available that he could do tonight. 4,600 applications to drill stalled because the Department of Interior has said they're going to approve everything in Washington, D.C.
Senator Scott.
Thank you.